Namo Buddhaya, meritorious Dhamma friends. The good deeds that we have done in our past lives gave us a human life in this life. What did we receive? We received a human life, a birth in the human world, not among animals. We were not born among ghosts in this life. We were not born among demons. We were also not born among the beings in hell. Fortunately, due to the past deeds, due to the good deeds done in past lives, we were brought to a right place. So we should be happy. We should be uh, living joyfully, thinking that we have obtained a very rare life. And we should use this rare, valuable life, very precious life, to direct our lives to perform something good in life. We should have a good conduct in life. So now you all might be wondering, what is this good conduct? What this conduct is? What is bad conduct? Because there's a problem in this world. Honestly, there's a problem how people understand good and bad in this world. Some take good things as bad. Some people take bad things as good. Some people, they in public, they tell that telling lies is not bad to earn a living. Killing is not bad to survive. So people are living according to their own views and own understandings. People are not trying to live according to the true nature. That means there is a way and there's a system that everybody has to follow in this world. There is a law that is equal to everyone. There is a law that is equal to everyone. So all the living beings are under one law. Now, if you take, for an example, if you take Sri Lanka, or if you take Japan, or China, or America, or any country, don't we find rich people? Don't we find poor people? We find. Then don't we find beautiful people and ugly people? We see. We get to see. Then some people are wise, some people are foolish. So all these people are seen among all the countries, among all the religions, regardless of skin color and regardless the language that they speak. We see there's a similar variation among all the human beings. Similar variation among all the religions. Similar variation among all the countries. Rich and poor is there in all the countries. So that means there is a common law for everyone in this world. So what Buddha taught us was that common law that is common to everyone. What a Buddha does is a Buddha realizes the general law that everybody has to go through. Buddha realizes the common law that everybody is affected. For an example, when a person is performing a good action, that will give him a good result. That will not give him regret. A good action always gives a good karma. A bad action always gives a bad karma. Sometimes, now you might be wondering, sometimes good actions are, we help people. Then some people take it for granted. If other people are taking it for granted, yet that is a good action. That not all the people take things for granted. So if we think that, okay, if we perform good actions, if people are taking things for granted, then if someone thinks then I shouldn't do good actions, if you are holding that view, imagine if other people also holding that view. They are also thinking, no, we should not help each other because people might take things for granted. So everybody in your house, everybody in your working place thinks like that. Even if you are not taking things for granted, what will happen now? That's why our blessed one, our Buddha said, always put yourself in another's place. Then before you do something, while you're doing something, after you're doing something, always think, would I like if someone does this for me. So remember, dear Dharma friends, uh, people take beneficial things as unbeneficial. Like protecting the five precepts is very beneficial. Calming the mind is very beneficial. Controlling the anger is extremely beneficial. Living a celibate life is extremely beneficial. Uh, then being kind is extremely beneficial. Rejoicing and rejoicing in others' development, that means opposite of jealousy. Rejoicing in others' development is opposite of jealousy. So rejoicing in others' development, rejoicing in others' happiness, others' well-being is something honestly that is essential in our lives to be developed. Usually, even if you take a classroom, if you take a school child, a child who studies in his prime age, even in a classroom, if the other children are getting higher marks, that child will feel jealous of others. So jealousy is something that comes with undeveloped mind. Jealousy is generated in an undeveloped mind. So while we are wearing beautiful clothes, while we are beautifying our body, while we are uh, decorating ourselves with various cosmetics, and while we are cleansing our body, we should remember to cleanse one more thing, that is our mind. So, to do these things, to cleanse our mind, to know what we are talking, and also to be aware of what we are doing and to be aware of what we are thinking, we should practice a great quality that was taught by a Buddha. So, that great quality is mindfulness. So, we have been learning the Mahasatipatthana Sutta so far, and today we are going to learn the section on repulsiveness, Asubha meditation. So let's first of all go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe five precepts and go for the sermon. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. To observe the five precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Dear Dharma friends, today you all are going to learn particular Manasikara, section on repulsiveness. So before I taught you about mindfulness in the beginning of this program, I reminded you all that we got this human life as a result of doing wholesome deeds. So for us to keep on practicing wholesome deeds, for us to keep on developing wholesome deeds, we need mindfulness. Because if we do not want to decline from this human life, if we do not want to fall to a bad destination, to a bad life, we need to protect our this life and next life with the help of mindfulness. So to cultivate wholesome deeds, we need mindfulness. So that's why we explain you about karma. Then I reminded you all that Buddha taught that there is a common nature for all of us. There is something, a common law for all of us. So we are all uh, under one law. So that law is the cause and effect theory. That law is the cause and effect law. So since we are uh, living under that effect, under that according to that nature, we should direct our lives according to the Buddha's realization. So the Buddha's realization is the the way how things happen in this world, the true way how things happen, which we don't see it with an undeveloped mind. That's why now today, from this meditation technique, from especially from this section, you will understand all this time how we have been looking at our body, the way we have been accepting our body, and the way we have been watching other people's body, and how much we have fallen into trouble by looking at this body in a wrong way, by seeing at this body, by using this body and understanding this body in a wrong way, how much we had troubles in life, how much we were disturbed, how much we suffered, how much we put other people in trouble because of not understanding the true nature of the body. So, the true nature of the body was totally realized by a Buddha. Since we are learning the Kaya Anupasana section, uh, we will be able to learn about the true nature of the whole body. And that learning will help us to be detached to this body. And once you are detached to the body, you will not suffer because of this body. When the body changes, we won't suffer. So, when we are attached to the body, when the body changes, when the body gets weak, when this body gives you suffering, when this body gives you pains, we suffer. That's because we are attached to the body. And if someone insult you, even if someone insult you, you get angry at that person. So that much we are attached to the body just because of few words. Now insulting, if you look at it from another point of view, a person's insult, it's just few words. Actually, if we did not hear that, we don't get angry. So after hearing it and thinking unwisely will make us angry. So remember, we are living as human beings while we are attached to the body that we are using. So we can use this human life, we can live in this human world without being attached to the body. Then even if someone scold you to your body, Then the advantage is, since you are not attached to the body, even if someone insults you, even if this body gives you pain, even if there's an alteration in this body, even if this body gets weak, you are mentally not ill. There you won't suffer mentally. So don't you need that protection? It could be a Christian, it could be a Muslim, any person, any human being. What do you think about that protection of keeping the mind unaffected even the body is affected? Keeping the mind unaffected even the body is affected. What do you think that protection? Can $1 million do that? Can even $10 million give that protection even if the body get affected, the mind is not affected? So mindfulness can give you that protection. The amazing great quality being mindful about the body will give you that protection. So today I'm going to teach you the true nature of the body from the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. So we are used to look at this body as a pleasant thing, as a valuable thing, and as an appealing thing, and as a beautiful thing. When we look at our own body or other people's body, we consider the shape, and if there's no shape, we will try to shape it up. And if we do not have enough muscles, we will try to build muscles, and we will take uh, healthy food to maintain this body. And we are with an attached mind to the body, we try to maintain this body. But remember, one day we will come to a stage where we will not have any control over this body. Once we come to that stage, what can we do? Imagine how much healthy foods you take once you become 80 or 90 years. What can those healthy food do? Sometimes most of the old people, they can't even swallow the food after they get old. They can't even open their mouths. So we should remember that we are attached to our bodies. So we get to learn. So only after Buddha reminds us, we know that we were attached to the body and we are attached to the body. So how to overcome this attachment towards the body? Okay, that's where this Satipatthana Sutta helps you. Punacha param bhikkave bhikkhu imameva kayang uddam padatala adoke samattaka tachapariyantam puran nanappakara sasichino pachavekkati. A monk considers this body upwards from the soles of the feet and downwards from the tips of the hair enclosed in skin as full of many kinds of impurities. In this body there are head hairs, body hairs, nails, teeth, skin, flesh, blood vessels, bones, bone marrow, kidneys, brain, heart, liver, gallbladder, spleen, lungs, small intestine, large intestine, stomach. Now, Buddha is training a monk or a disciple to see the real things that we have in our body, the actual things that exist in our body. So when you start contemplating and thinking that you have these things in your body like phlegm, pus, then the things inside the intestines, it's all excrement, then the food inside the stomach looks like a vomit. So a person is recollecting these impurities that is found in a body. So the advantage, now you might be thinking, what is this negative thing? What is this disgusting thing we are trying to recall the impurities in a body? Well, it is not negative. What negative is seeing the external appearance and not knowing the reality. That is negative. What positive is seeing the reality. Once you start seeing these impurities, you are getting detached to the body. Then the lust that arises in your mind will reduce and decrease and abandon finally. Now, what happens? Why people engage in sexual misconduct? Why husbands go beyond the wife and find and engage in sexual misconduct with other women? Why women engage in sexual misconduct with other men while they have husbands? Why young girls and young boys they engage in sexual misconduct, why they can't live in harmony, why people get divorced unnecessarily, why there are rape cases, why there are all this abusing, child abusing, all these things. Because of what? Is it because of the other people's beauty? Then everybody should be uh, conducting bad deeds. It's because when you see beautiful things in a wrong way, any beautiful body, any beautiful body has these disgusting impurities. All these disgusting parts are found in any body. So when we see beautiful things, what happens? We get attached. Then we can't control our desires. If we need something, we will try to get it somehow or other. Some people, there are cases, people rape and then kill those girls, murder them. Why is that? Some fight for women. Why? Because of lust. Now, if they saw those women as according to the Buddha's realization, once they see each other, if they can see these impurities, will anyone get attached to each other? No. So that's why to develop a detached mind, we should see things as really they are. Then only we will get detached. Then lust will not arise in our minds. So that's why we are learning this great sutta, Mahasatipatthana Sutta, for us to develop our mind to a great extent, to abandon lust, to control lust. Some people, they can't sleep because they can't control their lust. Some people can't wait until see their life partners. So some people are crying because of lust. Some people are killing living because of lust. Some people are stealing because of lust. Some people are engaging in sexual misconduct because of lust. Some people are telling lies because of lust. People are taking alcohol and drugs. Now because of lust, they seek happiness from a partner, maybe from a boy or a girl. And then if they don't get that love, they get fed up and they start taking alcohol. Now if that lust was abandoned and controlled at the beginning stage of arising lust, will he end up breaking precepts by taking alcohol and drugs and ruin his life? No. So we should try to control desires, not to fulfill desires. Usually human beings are trained and used to fulfill their desires and later face any problem in life and fall into a greater disaster and to mass problems. But if we can control our minds, if we can control lust by seeing things as really they are, we can live peacefully. We can live peacefully. There was one person, he worshipped Arhan Moggallana. He learned Dhamma from Arhan Moggallana. And that person was born, he was a beggar actually. He was a beggar. What happened? This beggar went behind Arhan Moggallana and he got some food from Arhan Moggallana. And this beggar, he thought, I became a beggar because I have not given food in previous life. I have not practiced generosity in previous lives. So thinking that, he offered the food that he got from Arhan Moggallana back to Arhan Moggallana. Whatever the food he got from Arhan Moggallana, he offered again it. He offered back to Arhan Moggallana. And he kept on worshipping Arhan Moggallana. He bowed down and he kept on worshipping Arhan Moggallana. And he was born in a divine world later. Then he got a lot of fairies, a lot of female divinely beings came to him, to that God, once he was born in divine worlds. Then he said, why do you all come near me? I didn't come to this divine world because of y'all. I came to this divine world by worshipping Arhan Moggallana. By going refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha, being grateful to Arhan Moggallana, as a veneration to Arhan Moggallana, as a valuable gift to Arhan Moggallana, as a valuable offering to Arhan Moggallana, I will live a celibate life from today onwards. I will not engage in any sexual activities, even there are 60,000 Ferraris in front of me. Now see a developed mind, the nature of a developed mind. Remember, engaging in sexual misconduct, sleeping, taking alcohol, even if we do that until we die, no one will get satisfied. Sleeping, taking alcohol, drugs, and engaging in sexual misconduct is something that a person will get never satisfied. Sleeping, taking alcohol and drugs, and engaging in sexual misconduct. So, if we control lust, all these things can be abandoned. And some people, uh, they suffer a lot because of lust. They can't stick to a life partner. They can't stick to a husband. They can't stick to a wife. So all these problem causes anger, hatred. Because of lust, later they will suffer because of hatred. So why we want to live like uh, so why do we need to suffer when we have a good way to live? So if we practice the Asubha meditation, if you think in iti ajjatang va kaya kayanupassi viharati. So if you think that my body has 32 impurities, other people also have these 32 impurities. In all these bodies, in mine and others, all these bodies have impurities. So this body is made out of these impurities. So this body has a disgusting nature. When you think like that, you get detached to your body and other people's body. And when you die one day, there's no attachment towards anyone. Without crying, you can die. While you are living, you can see anyone who's so beautiful, but what you see is the impurities within them. Honestly, the extent this body is covered by clothes. Once this body is covered by clothes and cosmetics, you can't see the reality. What we see is a delusion, not the reality. So we get deceived for what we see from externally. Why? We don't have a developed mind to see the reality. So there are people to make electronic items, aeroplanes, then vehicles, all these things. But other than a Buddha, no one is able to see this reality in a body and to develop the quality to be detached to something. Today you learned something to be detached, that is Asubha meditation. So I will teach you a guided, I can guide you for few parts, and we will attach the meditation to the video in the description. You can follow the mindfulness of the impurities of the body. So this is how you contemplate the 32 impurities. Since head hairs on this body are rotting away, smelling, living on a filthy body, and deteriorating, head hairs are disgusting to see and touch. Then since body hair on this body are rotting away, smelling, living on a filthy body, and deteriorating, body hairs are disgusting to see and touch. So close your eyes and contemplate all the 32 impurities. Then always you see these impurities in your body and other people's body. Then once you don't delight to this body again and again, you will also overcome the attachment towards this human life. Then you don't have a desire to be reborn among humans again. Then you will think, even if I'm born as a human again, I'm again getting these 32 impurities. Then you will think, okay, divine worlds, even divine worlds are impermanent. Even Brahma worlds are impermanent. Then you will think, Nibbana is lasting. Nibbana is free of lust. And finally it will lead to overcome birth, rebirth, then forever. So if you like to overcome birth, then once you abandon birth, this disgusting body is also abandoned. Once the disgusting body, there's no disgusting body, how can we assign a death? How can we assign diseases? How can a person suffer from diseases? How can a person separate from loved ones? How can a person mix with person that he doesn't like? How can that person suffer because of this body? Why? There's nothing to suffer, no birth taken place. That's why the great Arahant said that I am holding the final body. This is my last birth. Our Buddha, the day he born, he said, I will become chief to this world. I will become great to this world. This is my last birth. So may we have the opportunity to practice this Asubha meditation to a great extent and develop mindfulness to a great extent and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
नमो बुद्धाय नमो